15 things you should never say to your parents. Problems at school, tortured and confusing love life, and parents that just don't seem to get you. For teenagers, it never rains but pours. Sometimes, when it's just too much, you can't find the right words to express yourself. So you end up spurting out some pretty hurtful words that don't make the situation any better. So, listen up, teens! We've put together a list of 15 things you should never say to your parent and their healthy alternatives. As for you parents out there, share a link to this video with your teens. They probably need your help going through the really tough time known as adolescence. Number 15. I'm so bored. You've binge-watched another season of Game of Thrones and toggled around on the Xbox, yet nothing can bring you any real joy and time is moving at a snail's pace. Instead of just complaining to your parents that you're bored out of your mind, tell them, I need your help because I don't know what to occupy myself with. This way, your parents will understand that you're not blaming them or anything, you're just asking for help. Maybe you can spend those extra hours doing something meaningful together that you never seem to have time for. I mean, scrapbooking, anyone? Number 14. School sucks. Yes, school takes up a huge chunk of our lives, and it's not exactly a walk in the park. We make best friends, and enemies too. We fall in love, and get our hearts broken. Oh yeah, can't forget the whole reason we're there in the first place with it. We also have classes, assignments, exams, and all the stress that brings along. School is rough, but if you just come home, throw your book bag on the floor, scream how much you hate school, and go stomping off to your room, your parents will be left worried and confused. Should they talk to you or leave you alone? What you should do instead is explain that you had a really bad day and you want to talk about it. School was tough today is a good way to open a dialogue that will hopefully lead to some helpful solutions. Plus, simply blowing off some steam will make you feel way better. Number 13. You can't tell me what to do. When you reach adolescence, you already start to feel like your own independent person. You're trying to build meaningful connections with people and find your niche among your peers. Parents often get in the way because they try to control every aspect of our lives and make decisions for us. You see, in their eyes, you're still their little baby, so they naturally want to protect you from all the evils of the world. What you can try to tell them is, I'm upset that I can't make my own choices and always have to listen to you. Number 12. I never get what I want. Whether it's the latest fashions, the trip to Cancun for spring break, or the newest iPhone release, parents seem to know only one word in response to your requests: no. Of course, you get upset because everyone else has the latest and greatest, but you're not allowed due to reasons beyond your understanding. Whether it's because of finances or a concern for safety, your parents have their own reasons as to why they've shot you down. But again, going off on a rampage doesn't help at all. Instead, focus on why you want or need something and try to come to a compromise with your folks. Say something like, I really want it, but it's hard for me to make you understand how much I need it. An open dialogue is much more effective than arguing. Number 11. No one cares about me in this family. We all feel lonely and forgotten at times, and it's only human nature to blame others for that. No one loves me or cares about me. Whoever claims to have never said that or thought something like that are lying through their teeth. Instead of coming to such depressing conclusions and pointing the finger at your family, let them know you need some love and support right now. I need you because I feel really sad is a great alternative in this case. Number 10. Why can't I just be like everyone else? Finding out who you are as a person and accepting yourself can take decades. Until then, we all struggle to fit in. Humans are social creatures, and being scared about not fitting in is totally normal. I'm sure your parents remember their own school years when all they wanted was to be popular. And if they can't recall, remind them. It's hard to stand out because I need support and approval from my friends is a good example of such a reminder. Number 9. I don't need your advice. Are you sure you don't? It's okay to ask for advice no matter how grown up and independent you are. In fact, adults pay total strangers to counsel them on stuff like finances, style, and relationships. So don't miss out on your chance to get advice from people who care about you most of all, especially when it's free. It's okay to tell them, I'm out of control and I need your help. Number 8. It's all your fault. Again, blaming others for our problems and what we hate about ourselves is probably one of the worst attributes of human nature. Pointing the finger at your parents for something they didn't do is basically your way of saying, I feel guilty. So call it as it is and admit your fault instead of putting it on others. Number 7. You're a monster. When your parents don't let you have what you want or they try to control your life, it seems like they're the meanest, most horrible people on the planet. But you really shouldn't hurt your parents' feelings by calling them heartless monsters or something like that. Your subconscious mind is actually crying out for your parents to tell me you love me. Number 6. I can do perfectly fine without you. Are you sure you'd be completely fine without your mom and dad? Don't forget that they pay for the roof over your head and the food on your plate, among tons of other things. The reality is that your family is your rock to lean on in hard times, and it's okay to admit it and still be totally cool. So just tell them, I need you so much I feel helpless without you. Number 5. I hate this house and I'm gonna run away. When you want to run away from home, what you really mean is that you want to run away from your problems. In fact, your house is your fortress and safe haven, and leaving it isn't what you want, is it? Even if you think so, what you're really saying is, I'm afraid of leaving this house. Let your parents know you feel insecure out in the world without their protection. Number 4. I don't see any meaning in my life. It can be hard to find the direction to move in or know your own worth, especially in hard times. Believe me, you're loved, you matter, and your life does have meaning. Nothing gives parents more sadness than when their kids are suffering. Don't torture them and yourself. Try to get over this rough patch together. Please help me in finding meaning in life is a good call for action and problem solving. Number 3. I wish you were dead. Our top 3 phrases are the most hurtful. No one, not even your worst enemy, deserves to hear that you wish their death. That's especially true for the people who gave you life and are always there for you. Even when everything is going wrong and you can't take it anymore, don't break your parents' hearts like this. You need support, and you can get it by simply saying, I really need to hear something nice to cheer me up. Number 2. I'm gonna kill myself. When things get way out of control and your whole world seems to be crashing down, you can get desperate enough to say some pretty scary stuff. Are you really considering taking your own life? I hope not. But if so, you need to get help. In most cases, this phrase just comes out naturally, but it'll scare the heck out of your parents. Something like, I don't want to hurt myself, but I'm having dark thoughts is a good way to open up a dialogue. Plus, there are always 24/7 suicide hotlines that you can reach out to. Number 1. I hate you. We hear, or maybe even use, this phrase so often that it's almost lost its meaning. But it has meaning, and it cuts like a knife. However, nothing is better at making the pain of sadness or anger go away than the exact opposite of hate. Tell your parents, I need you to tell me you love me, and you'll feel much happier and stronger. Which of these phrases are you guilty of using? Tell us in the comments below. Don't forget to give us a like and hit that subscribe button to stay on the bright side of life.